Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Picture them glamorous, charming, a modern fairy tale wrapped in royal shine. Their smiles lit up crowds, their love story captivated millions, and every move felt like it was ripped from a Hollywood script. But that perfect image is starting to crack, and it's not subtle anymore. The moment that shook everything wasn't a tabloid headline or a fiery speech gone wrong. It was a single, fleeting second during what should have been a routine event. Harry was at the podium, owning the stage, his voice steady and passionate, doing what he does best, connecting with people. Then, out of nowhere, Meghan appeared behind him. No heads up, no signal, just a tap on his back, like she was saying, "My turn." Except it wasn't her turn. That wasn't the plan. Harry's words faltered. His face changed just for a split second, but it was enough. The fairy tale flickered. He didn't hand over the mic. He didn't step aside. He paused. And in that pause, the world saw something raw, something real. Social media lit up like wildfire. People called it the tap heard round the world. A bit dramatic, maybe, but that tiny moment spoke louder than any press statement ever could. Meghan wanted the spotlight. Harry wasn't ready to share it. And that hesitation, it was a glimpse into a bigger story, one that's been simmering for months. This wasn't just a stage slip-up. Insiders say the tension's been building behind closed doors. Small arguments over what to wear, what to say, which causes to push have been stacking up. It sounds trivial, but that's how cracks form. Little things turn into big silences, and those silences aren't peaceful. They're heavy. Harry's always been the calm one, the diplomat smoothing things over. Meghan's the planner, the one steering the ship with precision. For a while, those roles worked like magic. But now, they're clashing, and it's starting to show. Meghan's need to control the story, how they look, what they post, how events play out has started to wear on people, staff, friends, even Harry. Some say his famous grin is looking more forced these days. That moment on stage, it wasn't a one-off. It was a sign of something deeper. Observers who've followed the couple for years notice Harry pulling back, just a little. He's pausing more, not just in speeches, but with her. It's like he's weighing his words, his actions, before giving up the spotlight. That's a big deal. For years, Harry stood by Meghan through everything family drama, media storms, their bold exit from royal life. But now, it feels like he's searching for himself again, stepping out of her shadow. Close friends say Meghan wants to lead it all, every post, every event, every campaign. She's got to have the final say, and for a while, that worked. She's sharp, driven, and knows how to command a room. But Harry's starting to crave space, a chance to call some shots of his own. The prince who once threw everything behind his wife is now testing his own voice. Meghan, though, she's not slowing down. Her energy's still fierce, always pushing forward. To some, that's inspiring. To others, it's overwhelming. Either way, the balance is shifting. Harry's not the same guy he was 5 years ago, and Meghan's not the same woman. The lines are being drawn not in a loud, breakup kind of way, but in a quiet, careful recalibration. And the world's watching every step. That stage moment didn't just spark whispers. It set off a storm. Social media dissected it frame by frame, every glance, every twitch. Was it a power grab? A misstep? A sign of trouble? Whatever it wasn't nothing. The chatter grew louder, from palace insiders to ex-posts spreading like wildfire. What started as a subtle shift in body language is now being called a full-on power struggle. But this isn't a fairy tale gone bad. It's two real people, under insane pressure, trying to lead a relationship where both want to be in charge. Friends say the tension's creeping into daily life. Small choices: what events to attend, which causes to back, who does the talking have turned into two. Meghan wants control, clarity, a perfect brand. She's got a vision for their legacy, and she's not afraid to steer it. Harry, though, is craving something different, less staged, more real. He's tired of the constant performance, the perfectly planned moments. He wants space to be himself, not just a piece of a polished narrative. The love's still there, friends insist. You can see it in fleeting moments, shared looks, private laughs. But love alone can't carry the weight of a 24/7 spotlight. When the world's watching, every move feels like a show. And when one person's directing that show too tightly, it stops feeling like a partnership and starts feeling like a script. Insiders say Meghan's frustrated by Harry's pushback. To her, his hesitation looks like disloyalty. To him, her intensity feels like a cage. It's not loud fights or slammed doors. It's quieter, an awkward pause at dinner, a second guess on an interview answer, separate rooms after a long day. That's the kind of tension that builds slowly and wears you down. Their public image, the one they work so hard to craft, is starting to feel like a burden. They built a brand as the bold, progressive couple, breaking free from tradition. But every viral clip, every misread glance, feeds the speculation. Meghan knows it, so she tightens her grip, protecting their message. But that grip's starting to strain Harry, a man who's always needed room to breathe. Friends say he's reaching out more to old buddies, old passions, even old dreams. There's talk of solo projects, causes he left behind after stepping back from royal life. It's not a rebellion. It's him trying to find himself again. Critics say Meghan should ease up, give him space. Her fans fire back. Why should she dim her light when she's fought so hard to shine? That's the core of this storm. It's not just a marriage. It's two paths colliding, sometimes pulling apart. Every event is a test. Every camera flash a chance to spot cracks. Fans feel it too, the way they stand. The missing spark, the careful pauses. It's not cold, but it's cautious, like they're both trying not to trip. Behind the scenes, Harry's speaking up more, setting boundaries, not with yelling, but with quiet no's and delayed replies. He's not walking away. He's standing taller. That shift throws Meghan off, a woman used to leading with confidence. The effortless harmony they once had now takes effort, like a dance where the rhythm's off. The pressure's not just from the midst, from the world. Fans, critics, the press, even old palace contacts pick apart every move. Meghan's strength is called bossy. Harry's quiet is called weak. They can't catch a break. Harry's leaning into therapy again. Friends say, trying to figure out what balance looks like. He doesn't want to lose Meghan, but he also doesn't want to lose himself. Their move to California was supposed to be freedom, but it's starting to feel like a new kind of cagest with different rules. Their brand, the interviews, the documentaries, the appearances, depends on unity. If that cracks, everything's at risk. Their team knows it. Their partners know it. And they know it. There are still moments of warmth, little touches, shared smiles that remind you why they fell in love. But those moments are fading, and when tension outweighs the tenderness, questions creep in. Some say it's just a phase, that every couple hits rough patches. Others aren't so sure. Harry looks tired. Meghan looks guarded. The spark they once had is more like a flicker now, replaced by careful steps. They're not giving up. Meghan's still charging forward, making headlines, owning the room. Harry's still by her side, defending her when it counts. But it's less about passion and more about playing the part. Their story's always been open interviews, real vulnerability. That openness drew people in. But now it's a double-edged sword. The world notices everything, especially the silences. Meghan wants to lead with strength. Harry wants to live with peace. If those two paths can't find a way to meet, the story that once enchanted the world might just unravel, one quiet, uneasy glance at a time.